So to start, could you tell us a bit more about your journey as a TikTok creator and how you got started?
Yeah, the journey is quite simple. My friend is a relationship coach, and he loves what I talk about. And as a wellness coach, I want to help people in the best of their ability. And during this pandemic, I felt like it was necessary to get on a platform where I could use my voice and share information that I thought was beneficial. So yeah, I got on, and it's been a humbling experience so far, and it's been a difficult at times as well. But yeah, I started through a friend and kind of went from there.
When you mean started through a friend, what do you mean by that? Is it a friend who inspired you, who showed you basically how it works? And how long ago was this? Just so that we have a better idea.
Yeah, so I started it probably like a year and a half ago.
Okay.
I didn't really know much about the platform before. I knew people were dancing and showing their dance skills, and he's like, Connor, man, like people are posting about mental health, and I know you're such a huge advocate, so let's get you on there. Kind of showed me the basics. I'm pretty savvy, I would say, in social media. So I went on and I picked up really fast. Started off simple and kind of just went from there.
Okay. Go ahead, Kelly. Maybe you want to ask another question.
Yeah, sure thing. And when you first started posting content, what were some of the responses that you received?
Yeah, honestly, I was scared because I have posted on different platforms of social media about mental health and my experiences, and it was negative and positive. But TikTok at the very beginning was extremely positive based on their algorithm, because they put you in front of users that will want to see that content and that will want to engage in it. So yeah, the response was humbling. It was positive. Everyone's like, thank you, and you're thank you for everything you're doing, you're amazing. And it was just like, it encouraged me to continue this journey, because when I first started it, I thought it was going to be like a one and done. I'm going to post a couple videos, I'm going to get so much hate, and I'm going to get off.
Yeah.
And now I've posted over 300 videos on the platform in over a year and a half. So
yeah, how I'm gonna step in, Kelly, here. How do you now have a routine where you say I need to post a certain number of times a day or a week on TikTok? Has it become?
yeah, I do to a certain degree. I believe in consistency, but I also believe in like putting yourself first, right? So if you're struggling with mental health that week, maybe not post as much or go on as much on a live TikTok. So for me, I like to try and post at least once a day at 5:30 to 6:30, because that's where my algorithm benefits. So usually once a day. So I'm usually posting 7 videos a day. A week.
A week. Okay.
Yeah, not a day. That'd be a lot.
When you said 5:30 to 6:30, so that's through trial and error, and that's Calgary time. So at the end of the day in Calgary, is that what you
Yeah, so TikTok actually has like tons of features where you can go look at your analytics and your insights. So the time that was working best for me was the duration from 5:30 to 6:30 Mountain time. So
yeah, okay, great. Go ahead, Kelly.
Okay, and you've mentioned that you use some of other platforms for mental health advocacy as well. What are some of the other platforms that you've used?
yeah, for me, in the beginning was Facebook. I thought having friends and community, it was going to be very safe. So that's where I started posting on like my personal profile. And then Instagram here and there. And then I actually created like a different Instagram for my personal Instagram. And so those would be the two platforms. There was also an app called Clubhouse before, and I was very on it, and you could go on a stage and talk about mental health. And I just honestly was getting super overwhelmed with Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, that I kind of stepped away from it. Well, I did. I actually deleted the app. And yeah, just directly on TikTok. And that's mostly where I post. And then I do have a apparel company raising money for mental health. So we do post a lot of mental health on that page as well.
Okay, that gets to my question. How much, I mean, so you have you have a main activity outside of course, being a creator on TikTok, correct?
Yeah.
What exactly is your main, you're a coach, I guess, a mental health coach, is that it? Or
Yeah, I wouldn't really define it as mental health coach. I would say just a coach. I was a personal trainer working at a gym years ago.
okay.
Um, so I was in the hospitality for years too, and unfortunately with COVID, I lost my position. It was no longer feasible to pay my salary. So yeah, one-on-one coaching. I also I help other creators build their content as well. And yeah, but I love one-on-one coaching, and that's what I do.
Okay. And is your TikTok activity sort of helping to sustain your coaching? Are you finding it's helpful to sustain that coaching endeavor? Or
I would say I don't post anything on there to being like I'm a coach. If someone decides to message me and DM me, being like, "Hey, I love what you're about and your goal setting," um, they can reach out to me, and if it goes from there, amazing. I've been doing this for years, so I do have a very solid clientele. So like I'm not looking. I'm good. I'm steady. You know, TikTok is honestly for me, it's just giving back and like making a difference in society when it's been such a hard couple of years.
okay, go ahead, Kelly.
Thank you. So Connor, what would you say is your favorite and least favorite thing about TikTok?
Ooh, that's hard. For the favorites, the easiest answer is the community you built on the platform, and the friendships you build. We're actually having a hangout this Friday. People are coming from like Winnipeg and other places in Canada to come meet in Calgary, and we're all gonna get together at my house and have like a little feast. So the community 100%. But the negativity would probably be just like the discouragement when one video will go and get 100,000 views, and then the other one will be like 500. It's like, what? Like I put so much time and effort into that video, and I thought the information was so beneficial, but that would be just like a little discouragement. I wouldn't say there's a huge negative. One thing is the reporting system on TikTok. People get reported for doing nothing, and then other people can do whatever they want and they don't get reported. So that's one thing I've definitely been preaching a lot on TikTok.
Have you ever had reporting about you done and suffered from that yourself, or no?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, a couple of videos of mine got reported, and one was that like they thought I was driving. I wasn't even driving, so I thought it was like a dangerous act. And the other one was just like I didn't put like a trigger warning on it. It was a sensitive topic, and I totally understand. So I removed the video, and that was it, kind of thing. But like for me, it's like I will see like one video where I think like it was a pretty good video, and it'll be like 100,000, like I said, and then other one I put like an hour into it. I'm like speaking in front of the camera, and it's like 15 views. I'm like, what? Like I don't get this. Like please don't explain to me.
Do you ever try to like boost it somehow? Do you like do it over? I mean, what are your reactions when you see that?
Well, I think it's like disappointing because like I just know like somehow like with some videos how they affect people and like what it does for people and like how it changes their life. It's been like I said, a humbling experience. I have hundreds of DMs over the last years thanking me for what I've done, and it's like I still can't even fathom like how it's happened. But like yeah, like so some of the videos where I'm like, oh my god, like this is gonna help so many people, and then it's just like nothing. I'm like, oh, it's kind of discouraging. And I know you can like repost them, but I'm still learning that too.
Okay, right. So you're not trying to like play the algorithm, I guess. You're not in that phase yet where you're just
No.
right.
Yeah, I'm just kind of at the phase, if it does well, amazing, because like I know what it can do for people.
Yeah, right. Go ahead, Kelly.
So Connor, you've mentioned that some videos take longer, but then some videos don't take as much time. But how much of a time restraint is making TikTok videos generally and keeping up with the platform?
Yeah, for me, like I'm not about those trend videos, right? So those can put a lot of time in. It's like a lot of videography. For me, I'm very simple. I do pointers. And so I do research. I'm always asking my friends that are psychologists, therapists, like for their feedback and articles and what do they think and collab and for my experiences and my documentations I've got with my struggles. So doesn't take a whole ton. Like I've been very familiar with the app for a bit now. So it's like I can get a video done in 10 minutes, but some, like I said, some videos will take an hour. Like, I people say they love hearing my voice and I don't know, I'm my biggest critic and I like hate hearing me speak. So like those videos I'll definitely like redo and I'm like sitting in front of the camera for like an hour plus because I'm just critic on myself. But yeah, the pointer videos can get done very quick.
Right. I guess when you mean a pointer video, can you explain that? Do you mean that when you're just like speaking
Yes.
to your phone? Is that what you
no. So what I'll do is I'll record a video on TikTok and I'll just like point to like the top of the screen.
I see.
And then
Yes.
and like wait like a couple seconds and then do like another pointer. So
Right.
usually I do like because depending on the duration of the video, TikTok usually was like only like 15 seconds. So you have to do it like pretty quick to get the points across. But obviously now there's way more time. You got like a minute to 5 minutes now. So yeah, I just do like quick pointers and I hope it hits home.
Right. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Ines. That's a good point. Let's see. Do you have? I have some questions, but do you have one, Kelly, that you want to ask the last one? I guess maybe for now.
Oh, I was gonna ask Connor about doing lives.
Yes, we can ask about that.
If you have questions. Okay, sounds good, Caroline.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Connor, have you ever done a live before?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He does quite a few.
Yeah, I
Awesome.
do a lot of lives. Yeah.
And what are those for you? What is the meaning of the live for you? Is it the community building? Is it and what do you think of viewers gifting creators doing lives? Oh, I guess we didn't talk about the TikTok compensating creators. Do you have any views on that, on being compensated as a creator on TikTok? And
Yeah, I can answer all of those. As a creator that doesn't get paid for posting videos, I'm okay with that. Again, my platform was to help people. I do understand people getting paid because it's some sort of entertainment or a profession. So it is what it is. If they get paid and they're benefiting from it, like that's just the platform. And unfortunately, I don't have like the creator fund and get per view of videos. So at the end of the day, like I'm okay with that. Like I'm there just to help people build community, a source to come connect. Kind of like to open that question of like the lives is, I go in there to build community and we don't know as humans what people go through in a day and when they need help or just a conversation. So if I can go on there for 5 minutes to 3 hours, if I have the time in my capacity, I will.
Okay, interesting. And I mean, do you ever get into complicated situations, when you're confronted with people having, I don't know, serious mental issues, or no? Not.
100%. I think I'm very good with boundaries and I know how to direct people and I know what to take on and what I'm capable of. So I guess it depends where they're at in their mental health journey. If I think I can help with just some wisdom and my experiences, I'll give it to them. If I think they need like medical help, I'll word that properly for them to get assistance and kind of like share my relatability, what I've done with my medical help. Again, I'm not a professional therapist, psychologist and stuff. So like you have to like be considerate of what you say and like how you act upon things. So
Right.
I'm very basic. Like I say, hey, this is what I did. But I would always make sure you talk to your medical profession. But there's a couple of things like I don't really like talking about. First off, politics, which barely get into, and then medication. I don't really like talking about that. Because I think you should be talking to a doctor or a psychologist. So
Right.
Sorry, psychiatrist. Yeah.
Psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead, Kelly. Do you have another question?
Would you like to start asking Connor the questions about using TikTok in the classroom, Caroline?
Yeah, I was thinking about those. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So Connor, this research does focus on children using TikTok a little bit. So if you were to use TikTok in a classroom setting, do you have any ideas on how you may get kids or young teens to use it in a good way or a proactive way?
Yeah, I honestly was just going to answer that. I would say for some degree, like probably not spend a lot of time on it because social media can be negative for mental health and can be extremely positive. So it's just depending what they're looking at, right? Um, so again, I think though for your mental health, the distraction's key, but it's what we're looking at, what kind of information we're looking at, right? Um, so yeah, like I think if that teacher, whoever, or explaining what to watch is like, kind of leading in mental health, or explaining like, hey, these are some creators I would recommend you watch, and follow, for good information, because there's some creators out there where it's don't do that at all. They don't source their information. They just post whatever they want, and it's kind of appalling, to be honest to you. um but yeah, just it's a healthy balance, right? Finding that medium.
Yeah, yeah. Would you want to see more like, I guess, structure or organization in TikTok, or just
Yeah,
to
hugely. Like the reporting system is terrible. Like they let people get away with stuff and then other people not. It's like they got to be more consistent with that. They got to be on top of it.
yeah.
Also, like creators are leaving TikTok to going to different streaming platforms because of stuff like that. They're
Oh,
fed up. For me, I've been super blessed. Like I haven't been like, you can't go live, you've been banned, because like I'm just talking about like community, and I have such a good group that comes into my live videos where it's like that's never going to happen.
yeah,
But the
yeah,
reporting system and like honestly monitoring, like we were talking about kids, like their kids sometimes troll accounts and they come in and like they're just saying like negativity stuff, and I don't really find that much online, but you do have moderators so they can mute them or block them from the room. But like, yeah,
yeah.
it's hard. Yeah, I think there should be some work done though, for sure.
Great, thank you.